Good evening. Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm about to give a really unpopular opinion, and I'm sure it's going to be especially unpopular amongst women.
I'm Gray Mars. Break a record by being with 100 men in one day. And right after she was done, she recorded a documentary.
I'm a vegan weed. Call yourself fresh and wear the same weak ass turtleneck on every show. Goddamn. Then we got goddamn the Sudanese Sambo. Bruh, man.
And I'm Enzo. Bringing up in my lives is they're like, oh well, he's violating the Constitution by having a meme coin and him making money off it in office and everything like that. I was like, if that was the case, like there would be lawsuits up the ass and impeachment inquiry.
I'm skeptic. Like I always say, don't let anybody trample on your constitutional rights.
I'm Mia. That's not a correct power dynamic in my mind. Typically, the people that are trying to be removed are not in control. That's why they're easily being removed.
The government, states, they start putting these RICO acts on Diddy, all of these guys, and try to put it on these ongoing criminal organizations. I ain't never seen the government put a RICO act on the KKK.
Switch happened. Come on, man. You gotta acknowledge this. This is the problem that I have with elders like you, because you fail to acknowledge that this stuff has happened.
If we sit there and be old school, we gonna miss the boat. You know, a lot of this kids 19 years old buying houses with Bitcoin, buying Maserati.
Wow.
I think when it comes to the woman, if a man takes charge and he shows that he's logical,
same people. That's number two. That's all theater. This is WWF.
I'm telling you now, from the bottom of my heart, if you leave this damn field, son, within 3 years, I'm gonna have to come see you. Either in the grave or in fucking jail. Because that's where you're headed. Because you don't want no fucking discipline. I'm telling you now, son, if you walk out from this field in 3 years, I'm gonna see you somewhere else. And I don't want to do that. I told you that before. Now I'm telling you again. It's your choice. Or you can stick this shit out and be a man about what you do, or you can be a fucking coward and put this shit on and leave. And I understand you ain't never been a part of a team. But nigga, I'm rooting for you. Look at me, man. I'm rooting for you. Nigga, I pray for you every night. Out of all these kids, I pray for you. Because I don't want to see you out there, boy. You got so much in you. So much. You don't even recognize it. Can't lose, you can. I can't. I fight for you all the time. When you wasn't here, I prayed for you, dude. And I mean that from the bottom of my motherfucking heart. If you ain't never thought a man loved you, nigga, I love you. And I ain't just talking about for this goddamn football team either. That's the last thing I think about. Nigga, I'm gonna follow you all the way through high school. I'm gonna make sure you get the way you get. But you can't quit on me, man. You can't quit on me.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Described him as one of the most dangerous men on the face of the earth.
Welcome to the Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave. I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Nora Christine.
I'm 85 Slim.
10 Billions, what's good?
Heaven.
I'm Heaven.
So y'all just saw the clip. Slim, your nephew in the NFL. Can coaches save these players, or is that not their job?
Oh man, I probably would have started with the bro's pants. Them jeans was tight. You could count the change in his pocket. Nah, let me stop. Yeah, man, I think that was a good speech, and I could feel it. I could feel it through here just watching the video. It's kind of tough to get these brothers out the streets because, you know, influence, peer pressure, trying to be like someone, all that stuff. We actually had it as kids as well. We wanted to, you know, we wanted more than what we probably had, and we were probably willing to do a lot of things to achieve it. But nowadays it's real tough if a dude is in the streets. But he's right. There's a lot of talent that's out there being wasted because they're in the streets. If we can get these kids to realize, or whatever the trigger may be, to get them to see that they are everything to this whole nation, I mean, maybe things would be different, but we do need more coaches on that level to really express themselves emotionally and let them know. Because bro was getting a little emotional. And yeah, my nephew just got that extension too. So they gave him another $2 million. So yeah.
That's what's up.
Congrats to Slim nephew. He played for the Steelers. Ken, you talk about the streets a lot and how the streets affect people. Do you feel like coaches can resolve it? Sports.
I do feel like that, but I will say I kind of think we have a kink for this though. When we see like black men on camera crying, talking to the youth, like it'd be like black men specifically, where you might see other cultures, their way to connect with the youth might be more from a philosophical perspective. But sometimes I do think we have a kink, or like, yeah, that's great parenting, or that, yeah, that's what we need. We kind of like, it's something about those optics where I'm like, interesting. Why does that always go viral, right? I think in order to connect with the youth, it's important to find out what language do they resonate with. I don't think many older generations have the language and the bandwidth to actually connect with the people that they're talking to. So we oftentimes go back to an old approach of, you know, saying very emotional, very like the language isn't the same. I personally believe with these kids and men, we can actually soften our language and they'll listen better. I think the approach for men talking to young people, even women, I think our language has to be a little different. It's the age of Aquarius. The language has to change.
Nora, you always talk about your son playing sports. I know he's very young, and a lot of women skeptical because, you know, the injuries with football. I mean, do you think that that's the solution? Sports.
I think, unfortunately, and historically, unfortunately, it was the Black community, but now it's all of America. We see a lot of absentee fathers. So someone is going to have to take the male role model in these young boys' lives. So the language is harsh. I'll agree with Ken. However, make our men great again, make our men strong again, make our men masculine again. Sometimes you need tough love to get these boys on the right path. And if this is the only male they see, I mean, so be it. Then that's the tough love they need to straighten out their lives.
Heaven, I know you're a girl mom, but I know you talked about your girls doing sports. Is sports the answer to discipline with children?
It can be for some children, yes. It just depends on the child's what they enjoy. But in a leadership role, I think it's extremely important for men to show their strength as he was and their vulnerability, because I don't think young boys are given permission to be vulnerable and permission to feel their feelings. So to see and hear this strong, compelling speech with emotion, I think that's extremely important for young men to see from a leadership perspective.
For sure. Well, Rudy Giuliani, he's extremely old, but he tried to stop a domestic violence, and he ended up in a car accident.
Rudy Giuliani survives a scary car crash. The former mayor of New York City has been hospitalized following a motor vehicle accident in New Hampshire August 30th. With his head of security, Michael Ragusa, releasing a statement following the incident August 31st saying, "While traveling on the highway, Mayor Giuliani's vehicle was struck from behind at high speed. He was transported to a nearby trauma center where he was diagnosed with a fractured thoracic vertebrae, multiple lacerations and contusions, as well as injuries to his left arm and lower leg." He continues, "His business partner and medical provider were promptly contacted and arrived at the hospital to oversee his care. He is in good spirits and recovering tremendously. We thank everyone for their continued prayers and support." Following the crash, online users began questioning if the incident was premeditated, something which Ragusa later shut down. Writing on X, "This was not a targeted attack. We ask everyone to respect Mayor Giuliani's privacy and recovery and refrain from spreading unfounded conspiracy theories." Giuliani first rose to political fame in the 80s and 90s as a New York prosecutor, before becoming mayor of the Big Apple in 1994, a position he held for 7 years. The Brooklyn native then took his career to the national stage, running for president in 2008. And despite losing, Giuliani would eventually make it to the White House in 2017, becoming one of President Donald Trump's top advisors.
Nor the first thing that came out was that he tried to stop a domestic violence attack. Now they're saying that's not true. I mean, why does this keep happening for MAGA? Why is there always some crazy conspiracy coming out?
First of all, let me start by saying congratulations to Rudy Giuliani. He's going to get one of the highest honors from President Trump. He announced it as well. So let me start with that. However, there is controversy that surrounds him. Somebody in the chat said it. I guess he can't see young girls. Listen, y'all, we need to call out these men when they do inappropriate behavior. So good for him that he's getting this highest honor. I'm going to give him his flowers. But at the same time, he did a lot of great, let me say this too. He did a lot of great things in New York. He was one of the best mayors ever, but he's had a big fall from grace. I don't know if it's because he's supportive of Trump. And we do see this a lot. Is it real? Is it fake? I don't know. But he was caught on camera doing some inappropriate things. Nevertheless, if he was doing a good deed, good for him.
Having Rudy Giuliani is a controversial figure. His connection to Trump, basically they were saying that he was a part of the administration lying about stuff. Do you have any sympathy for his situation?
I don't think so. No. Things happen. People get hurt. I have zero sympathy. Not when you hurt kids.
I feel you. Ken, Rudy Giuliani was known for stop and frisk. He was the mayor of New York, but he did bring them back from 9/11. His reputation was destroyed with Trump. Do you feel like it's fair that even though he did all these things, that he's now being, attacked and people don't care about him?
Where is he being attacked at? Online?
Well, people basically saying that he ruined his entire reputation. He basically stopped the Italian mafia in New York, and they saying him getting with Trump ruined his entire reputation.
I mean, 70 million people voted for Trump. So if you got 70 million people that like you and 70 million people that don't, you 50%. And in terms of people, that's damn good. So he can create an algorithm with them where he only sees the 70 million that support him. Right. So sometimes I think we look at the non-support a little too much when you got 70 million people over there that's rocking with you. Right. So go where you're celebrated. And to your point, I don't think any words online has effect on Rudy Giuliani. He went after some of the most powerful men in the country. You know what I mean? That wasn't a safe position. And he's technically going after his own. Rudy Giuliani is Italian. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't liked, right, for that. But bro, this is car bombing. This is, you know what I'm saying? These is people that got long reach and political ties, right? The mob could have got somebody in his office to whack him. So words on Twitter, Rudy Giuliani is very battle tested.
For sure. Slim, are you sending Rudy Giuliani get well flowers? Are you going to say, okay, you know, this is a big loss for the Trump administration? How do you feel?
It's funny that we talk about Rudy, but you know, shout out to John in the chat. He did say something about the hat, so I appreciate that, Jay. But I'm as a New Yorker, I didn't like Rudy Giuliani until he started messing with Trump, and that's why it's crazy because you know, me and Nora is kind of like on the flip side. But I like him because he started messing with Trump. But when I was growing up in New York, like you said, he did the stop and frisk. He was also the one that put the young dudes in the street, 19-year-old cops telling you to stop drinking beer. You know, cops was younger than me, you know, pulling us over. You know, he put all that New York undercover vibe out. So the hood ain't really respect him back then. But as I got older, got out of the hood, started doing things. And when he in line with Trump, I started to respect him a lot more. As far as his accident is concerned, I don't wish nobody harm. No matter what they've done. If they've done something wrong to children, they should be prosecuted for that. So obviously the evidence is not strong enough to convict the person. But until that point, I just wish him well, man. You know, no hatred towards Rudy, man. He did his thing.
For sure. So we got about 300 people watching. Thank you, everybody, for watching. So we go jump right into the main topic. We're going to talk about our president's health.
We're asking if Donald Trump would show a sign of life, given that he hasn't had any major press appearances since last Wednesday. Well, he's not really doing an effective job at this. He's purportedly golfing today on the taxpayer dime at his Virginia golf course, which would be bad in and of itself. But take a look at how he looks right here. This was the photo of him captured purportedly before he went in his vehicle to go golfing today on the taxpayer dime. It should be noted that a lot of MAGA influencers have been posting photos like this. Donald Trump is alive and well. Just look at him hitting straight bombs on the fairway. That's not Virginia. I don't believe they have palm trees in Virginia like this. Yep, these MAGA influencers are posting old photos and saying it's Donald Trump golfing today. You're not really convincing me there. Oh, and when Donald Trump was traveling to his Virginia golf course, he was getting the middle finger by people who were giving him the two-finger salute as he headed into his golf course. Yep, people are absolutely livid at Donald Trump and his despicable regime. The press pool reporters noted that Donald Trump was indeed getting the middle finger as he went to golf for the day, purportedly. And again, look at him in the photo that was captured right there. Very, very sickly looking as well. Something is going on there, and I've done many videos of it. Go back this weekend where the Trump regime's propagandists are claiming it's just because he shakes a lot of hands, and but they said it's not a big deal. It appears to be, and again, this is just an opinion. I'm not a doctor. Some serious either cardiovascular, kidney, or liver issue based on medical professionals I've spoken to. But again, that's just an opinion right there.
Ken, is Trump sick?
Oh my God.
I would, bro. People get sick every year, bro. Low cold, you know what I'm saying? Like people get sick every year. You know what I mean? A little cold or whatever. Like to highlight that, you know what I mean? But look, during the campaign trail, like I don't pick any side. I always look at what can I get from this. I never seen an older person that age grind like that. From the campaign trail, from the rallies to Twitter, like the man didn't sleep, right? So I try to look at what do I agree with or whatever, like work ethic and all that, like all the other shit I don't care about. What can I take from this situation where I don't got to choose a side? I'm always pick myself. So if he is sick, he didn't get no sleep during that campaign trail. He was going hard. He was grinding it. You know what I'm saying? And it, like, if you're from the East Coast or whatever, you know about a grind. You know about a grind. You know what I mean? So if he is sick, bruh, I mean, the last 2 years, the man didn't sleep. You know what I mean? So I think this is just blown out of proportion.
Heaven is Trump on his deathbed.
That's a really great question. That I think it's possible, considering all the things that are going on geopolitically that he hasn't spoke on, that are kind of big. When it comes to Russia and China meeting up and a whole bunch of other countries, there's a lot of stuff that he would have spoken on. He would have said something about not being invited. His ego's too big for any of that. And for him to, some of the things that I've seen that that are allegedly him they don't sound like him to me. So, I mean, if he isn't with us, then it makes sense. He's an old man. He has health issues. I mean, what do you expect? He's not going to live forever.
Before the MAGA people respond, I'm going to play the clip of Trump. What they're saying is him being alive. So that's him with his granddaughter, but I want to play what they said about him being at the golf course. Slim, Sleepy Joe Biden, all the stuff that happened to old Joe. Is this karma happening to Trump, or is Trump still, a young chicken? Like, how do you feel?
I feel this is another TDS moment. I feel all these Trump haters are just praying for something negative to happen to Mr. Trump. Just praying whatever the media could get their hands on, they're going to do it. Why? Because when your boy was falling up the steps and when your boy was stuttering and damn near couldn't finish no sentences, all that, he was fine. He was fine. Trump is chilling just because you ain't see him playing golf. He did. Like, really? Like, this is what y'all want? So, again, another TDS moment. Brody, the clip that you played, TDS, and liberals are praying for something negative to happen to Trump. It is what it is. He's fine. He's going to continue to run the country. He's going to continue to give us content, and he's going to continue to make the country money. MAGA, baby.
Or is this weekend at Bird 2.0?
Y'all not gonna like me. Y'all about to kick me out, but that's okay because I have a funny clip before I say what I have to say. Everyone watching, please hit the like button. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. But here we go.
Okay, not to speculate, but I do have my Sherlock Holmes hat on, so I'm going to take a stab at it. I think that Donald Trump has had a stroke, and they don't know what to do because I think that his speech and his language or his voice has been affected in some way. Because besides being your resident funny girl, I am actually a speech and language pathologist in real life, and I have my master's degree in communicative disorders. And I also am an expert at watching Donald Trump. And there's one thing I do know. He loves to talk more than anyone. And not hearing his voice for over 6 days is something that is very unusual. And he's tried to show proof of life in many different ways, like True Social pictures. But one thing he's not doing is even picking up a phone and calling Fox and doing a phone interview. So it makes me think that something about his speech and language or his voice has been affected. When somebody has
So let me say this. President Trump, to me, is one of the greatest presidents ever. So, and I'm saying this as somebody that really appreciates Trump. I voted for him this time around and I would proudly did it. And every time something comes out I don't agree with, Gray always says to me, my mom always says to me, oh, did you regret your vote? No, I have not regretted my vote. So I'm saying this from a place of love. I'm also saying this as somebody that has a master's degree in healthcare. The signs and symptoms that we have seen on Donald Trump are not good signs. He has swollen hands. He has swollen ankles. He has, black and blue marks. The White House has even come out and acknowledged now he has chronic venous insufficiency. This is a circulatory issue. Now, although it has no overall effect on life expectancy, it's a quality of life issue, not a quantity of life issue. Also, a 79-year-old man does have an expected life expectancy of 8.6 years. So I'm leading with what I'm going to say with that. However, unfortunately, the signs that we've seen, the picture we saw does not look good. And the reality is we need to not be like the Democrats and the Biden supporters, and we need to call it out and we need to be honest and say, look, he's sick. There's something going on. Who's about to run the country? And I will say this, I think that the Republicans, if he is really sick, they're going to do the right thing. And I think they're going to have him step down when the time comes. I think that's going to be the difference between Biden and this administration. So I will commend them for that. However, the reality is, guys, you don't want to hear it, but he's a sick old man. And I don't think he's doing well. And I don't think he's going to live to 2028. So I know y'all are going to attack me for that, but that's the reality. And unfortunately, that's the risk we took.
I like to also say too. I'd be very interested to see like when he started going like his health started going down. Oh, this is a dust storm. Excuse me. Damn, about to get a dust. After the Epstein case, after that happened, I watched a lot of people like real MAGA believers. Their energy was different. Now, I don't know how deep people go or whatever, but there was a pullback of a lot of energy. Like real MAGA hardcore believers, they were pulling their energy back, right? I think Donald Trump feeds off the base energy, like most creators do, most entertainers do. Beyonce says, give me your energy, right? I think that the disappointment of the Epstein thing is possible that he got sick after that, because that was the first time since he's been in the public light running for as the president and running for president where the people that support him had a moment of pause. He has not had any blemishes with his base until then. And I'm curious to see if when the people started pulling their energy back, did he have a physiological change?
You're muted.
I agree with you, Ken. That is an excellent point. I think that this man was running. He's been on go for the past 8 years. They've been coming at him for 8 years. Imagine that must take a toll on his health. And again, I say that from a place of love that I don't think he's doing the best health-wise. You guys are unrealistic in the chat and everywhere if you think that this 79-year-old man is going to be able to keep running, going, and nothing happened to him. And that's the reality. And to say it doesn't mean I don't love or care about him as a president and respect him. It means that I love and care about this country so much that I'm going to put my feelings ahead of how I feel about Trump, and I'm going to call out his health. But nevertheless, we can switch gears here, guys. We're going to go to the next story of the night. It's about Keisha Cole. I don't know if you guys have been following her, but pretty much the conversation is going to shift to a little bit more laid back. Should you give someone a chance when they cheat on you, and give them a second chance? Here we go, and I'll give backstory on it. Everybody watching, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for supporting us tonight. Here we go.
Keisha Cole is getting dragged all over social media for taking back her ex-boyfriend Hunk Show. Yes, the same one who cheated on her. And fans are not holding back. So, let's break down exactly what's going on. It seems Keisha just spun the block with Hunk Show for what feels like the 100th time. And fans are crashing out in real time. Everyone thought she had finally freed herself from the toxic love hold he had on her, especially after she covered up the tattoo of his name on her chest. But it seems she's just too obsessed to be saved at this point.
So this is just confirmation that Keisha Cole does not want to be saved. She likes toxic situations. She likes men mistreating her, and she's never going to get out of the situation that she's always been in with men.
Now, if you've been in the loop, then you know Keisha broke up with Hunksho the last time because he allegedly got his baby mama pregnant. Again. And if you've been following Hunksho, then you know these kinds of cheating allegations are nothing new.
So pretty much what they're talking about, I don't know if you guys followed, but Keisha Cole was married to Daniel Gibson. They were married from 2011 to 2020, and they supposedly broke up due to infidelity issues. So the question of the night is, should a woman forgive a man for cheating? And should a man forgive a woman for cheating, since this is a man cave? Slim, I know you keep up with a lot of current event stuff. What's your thoughts?
I would say it depends on the situation. The way the world is today, man, it's kind of hard. You know, a lot of people miss mama and daddy, or granddad and grandma. You know, the reason they had those long relationships because it wasn't all the temptation out here, the social medias, and you know, when they came home, they found out what happened. You know, they didn't get the information right away. So it's a lot of temptation out here on both sides. You know, it's not just women, it's not just men. But when I say it depends on the situation, depends on the longevity, it depends on if they had something that sparked, it depends on what caused the man to cheat or the woman to cheat, depends on if children is involved. It's just a lot of things that would basically go around on what should happen going forward. So I don't know. That's a real tough question. I guess it just depends on the scenario.
What about you, Mr. Host? What do you think?
We got over 400 people in here. If you're watching, hit that subscribe button and press that notification bell to know when we go live. I know a lot of y'all came to hear about Trump, but we're talking about relationship stuff right now. I agree with Slim, actually, which is rare for me and Slim to agree. I mean, I think it's based on the relationship that it's like, you know, because it's on both sides. And Keisha Cole, I think, is way older than this guy. So, I mean, like, he's a younger guy. So, like, for him to go be with somebody like Keisha Cole, like, I feel like he's giving up a lot.
Oh, wow. Heaven, what do you think? Should a woman forgive a man and vice versa for cheating? Should we overlook cheating for the overall family unit? Like, you know, Slim brings up grandparents and people working it out, but now people just say the deuces.
Let's see. If it's for keeping the family together, then maybe doesn't matter what the gender, they should have thought about that before they acted, because it doesn't like you to just thought, oh, let me slip into some, no. And it takes a little bit of a conversation. There's things involved before you just hop into bed with somebody usually. So no, that should have been thought of before the cheating, regardless of the gender, to keep the family together. If that's what was important, then the cheating should have never happened in the first place.
Ken, what do you think? Do you think that she should overlook it or keep it moving?
I have no proof that they agreed on a monogamous relationship, right? So we make a mistake of automatically assuming, number one, that is the default setting. It's not. Historically, men and women historically are naturally polyamorous by nature. We socially have agreed on it because Judeo-Christian values took over other people's culture. That's a fact. So we have socially agreed on this, but this is not the default behavior for human beings. The relationship is whatever the two people agree to. So if the two people agree to that dynamic and someone goes off script, all I'm going to say is every January 1st, men and women make New Year's resolutions, promises to themselves that they cannot keep. So I have grace for human beings because you can't even keep a promise to yourself about what you're not going to eat, how much money you're going to save. You go back on the word to yourself. So how can I expect a person to keep something to me that they can't keep to themselves? You come first before me, right? But I think we make the mistake of thinking that every relationship is a monolith. We don't know what it looks like. And I'll land here. Industry relationships, meaning people with money, their relationship dynamic looks different than working class relationships. Working class people, that kind of all you have is that. And when you rise through the classes, you have a little more than that. So we see different variations of relationships, the more your hierarchical needs are met. But when you're poorer, you really cling to these dynamics because that's all you have.
Makes sense. I just wanted to play what the White House actually said about what Trump has going on. So I'm gonna play this real quick.
We're Phoenix Energy, a family-owned oil company focused on unleashing American oil from North Dakota and Montana.
Right now, I do want to get you out to a live look over the White House at this hour as we do talk about the rumors that have blown up all over social media regarding the whereabouts of President Donald Trump. The White House saying he is completely fine. Take a look right here at what I'm talking about. This shows the trending topics there on Twitter or X. Now, over the last several hours, there have been several variations of hashtag where is Trump. The reasoning is that the president is normally in front of the cameras near daily, making some kind of remarks and taking questions from reporters. His last real public appearance was a televised 3-hour meeting with his cabinet. We showed that to you here on Live Now from Fox. That was on Tuesday. For some, his Truth Social post last night about the appeals court ruling on tariffs was enough to calm the chatter, while others on social media expressed different conspiracy theories that it could have been a member of his staff who was posting. Well, this morning, take a look as Barack Ravid over at Axios posted a short time ago on social media, clearing up any rumors saying that he has talked with those in the know and President Trump is just fine. Here is Ravid's post right there, simply saying, quote, a U.S. official tells me Trump is okay. We'll play golf later this morning. Now, he did also post this one just a short time later, saying a U.S. official does tell me here that the White House pool report shows pool photog snaps pic of POTUS in white polo, red MAGA hat, black pants. POTUS's motorcade began rolling at 8:45 a.m. So again, clearing up those rumors that are circulating all over social media. Well, now back to that social post from the president. A U.S. appeals court ruling Friday that most of President Trump's tariffs are illegal, undercutting his use of those tariffs as a key international economic policy tool. The court did allow the tariffs to remain in place through October 14th to give the Trump administration a chance to file an appeal with the Supreme Court. Here is what Trump wrote late yesterday in response to that ruling. You see it right there on your screen. I'm going to take the banner down so you can read it a little bit further. But that says, quote, all tariffs are still in effect. Today, a highly partisan appeals court incorrectly said that our tariffs should be removed, but they know the United States of America will win in the end. If these tariffs ever went away, it would be a total disaster for the country. It would make us financially weak, and we have to be strong. The USA will no longer tolerate enormous trade deficits and unfair tariffs and non-tariff trade barriers imposed by other countries, friend or foe, that undermine our manufacturers, farmers, and everyone else. If allowed to stand, this decision would literally destroy the United States of America. At the start of this Labor Day weekend, we should all remember that tariffs are the best tool to help our workers and support companies that produce great made in America products. For many years, tariffs were allowed to be used against us by our uncaring and unwise politicians. Now, with the help of the United States Supreme Court, we will use them to benefit our nation and make America rich, strong, and powerful again. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Taking a live look over the White House once again as we can.
Slim, how does it feel to find out that the judge said Trump's tariffs were illegal?
Man, I don't believe that judge. Was that judge appointed by Barack?
Nor was he appointed by Barack? I'm not sure.
More than likely, and also, although let's add this out there. Although they said it's illegal, they said that there's nothing they can do to stop it. Please add that to it. That was part of the ruling as well. So, I mean, they're saying it's illegal or whatever, but there's nothing they can do to stop it. add
And
that too.
another thing, why they mad that they working? The tariffs are working. They're working. Remember, we supposed to be broke. We supposed to be suffering right now because of the tariffs. Remember, they working, bro. Nobody want to talk about that. The positive side of it.
They say he brought some money into the federal government, but I guess like 20% of certain items, like with them, like cars. Right now, if you go finance a car, you'll have to finance it for 7 years because of the tariffs on steel.
You can also go to your inbox. I sent you a whole bunch of stuff about the tariffs. You won't go there.
Nora's about to show picture of Trump.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Guys, they said that the picture from today, like somebody went and enhanced it, and they said he looks like you can see like swelling on his face. This is it enhanced. I don't know if that's edited, but this is the picture that they're saying.
Man.
You see swelling.
So your boy not looking too hot, bro. Is he gonna make it 4 years?
He gonna be all right. That's all BS. That's just something, again, wishful thinking. He was supposed to be in jail, remember? He was supposed to be impeached.
To go to the judges, guys, I have them pulled up. There's 3 judges that were involved. Timothy Reif, a Trump appointee, Garrett Katzman, a Obama appointee, and Jane Rastani, a Reagan appointee.
For sure.
So there was a balance.
Ken, do you feel like Trump wasted the people's time by putting these tariffs in?
Okay, let's just say they are illegal. What is the public going to do? Let's just say they are illegal. So if the president is doing illegal activities, right? What is the people going to do? If the people don't do anything, then thoughts and feelings don't even matter. What are the people going to do? Right? But I want to say this. If this worst case scenario, if this doesn't go right, the last time, if I'm not mistaken, that we had a sitting president pass away was Kennedy. I'm older now, but I don't know if that's a good look for people, right? To have a sitting president, just the collective and public trauma and PTSD that it could cause, right? I wasn't alive during the Kennedy assassination, so I could just imagine what the fallout was, right? And just for people that believe in this stuff, thinking about young people, then you got young people that experience COVID. Then in their lifetime, a president died, right? I'm 41 years old. No president while in office has passed away, right? So just, if it doesn't go right, worst case scenario, there is spillover from that. And just think about people's psychology right now. I don't know if the public can handle that.
For sure. Having toys are expected to go up to 4 to 7%. Do you feel like the Christmas season is going to make some of these MAGA supporters regret their vote?
I'd like Trump to come speak on the tariffs. That'd be great. But I'd love to hear from him instead of seeing pictures and people telling us stuff. You can't ruin something. I mean, if you can always find a way. My kid's getting books and stuff anyway. So.
For sure. Well, I know the people. Nora, you was about to say something? I know that y'all came to hear about Trump, but we got a breaking news with this guy. Young Thug is considered a snitch, and it's crazy because he was calling Gunna a snitch. If you don't know who these people are, they're 2 rappers from Atlanta. Young Thug was fighting a case in Atlanta, and basically it's the longest running case. And how this is connected to Trump, the person that prosecuted Young Thug, Fannie Willis, also tried to prosecute Trump. So let's see what Young Thug had to say about Gunna, who called his label a gang.
But this what he did. He made, which they still got to prove the shit though, which I don't think they're gonna ever be able to prove because it's just not a game. He gave the jurors the agreement that it's a gang. He said YSL is a gang, and he know people in this on this trial who committed crimes in furtherance of the gang. That means you did it. You saying, you see what I'm saying? You don't know nobody on this case. Yeah. That's a lie. That's a full blown lie. I know individuals on this case that committed crimes in furtherance of the game. Like you committed, you people just so you can say slime big. Like that's real. That's what RICO is. That's RICO. So if a nigga get found guilty on RICO, nigga, you really you got a nigga life took, nigga.
Yeah.
And you are 100% black. You don't know nobody on the case. You ain't ever committed no crime. Duke ain't committed no crime. Yak ain't committed no crime. Them the only 3 people you know on this case. Ain't now one of them committed no crime. So who the fuck is you talking about? You know YSL members on this case that committed crimes in furtherance of the game. Nigga, you just made it a motherfucking RICO case. You just made it the case. All these charges that they got on everybody in this case, 180 something charges. Ain't now one of these charges showing you that somebody committed a crime in furtherance of a game. That's what they got to prove. They got to prove that these people who killed these people, you did it to make YSL bigger. Not you did it because he shot at you or y'all shot at each other or whatever reason it is. They trying to prove that you did it in furtherance of a game. You did it to make your game bigger. They can't prove no shit like that. Ain't nobody committed no crime to make no game bigger because it ain't no fucking game.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So for you to say that, it's just like, boom, now you got a nigga who they say a big dog of this shit saying it, agreeing to it, pleading guilty to it. Now nigga gotta fight you in court, bro. And you lying. That's 100% lie. You don't even know you don't know nobody on that motherfucking case but me, and Duke, nigga. The only 3 people you know on the case. So who the fuck is you talking about? No folk made you lie. No folk said, nigga, YSL must end. Let me say, yeah, man, nigga.
Yeah, fuck that nigga, bro.
Nigga, get out of jail somebody. Goddamn, what's up, bro? Like, man, what?
Slim, I see you over there laughing. You've been following the Young Thug case. Do you feel like Thug is a snitch?
I don't think he's snitching. He basically saying what happened. I mean, he ain't snitching. The world know that happened. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I think he pissed off. I mean, if I hear anything, I hear, he pissed. Like, and he know ain't nothing he can really do about it, because if something happened to Gunner, they where they gonna look. So I just hear a lot of resentment. I don't really hear snitching now.
Have you been following the Young Thug case?
I have not, actually.
For sure. So before everybody else responds, since we do YouTube and everything like that, and we all listen to music, Young Thug talks about basically people buying for streams and how this is all make-believe.
Trying to do other shit. When he did his 2-album deal with me, Cash called me one day like, hey, what the hell going on with Gunna? Who's speaking for him? I'm like, why? I'm like, oh, I'm net. He trying to get signed right here with Weeknd signed it. And he demanded he want, $20 million. Whoa. So I already done told him, like, whatever you want, just say it. I'm gonna give you the money, whatever you want. Just on some we brother shit. Like, I know you can't go nowhere in this world and get no $20 million check from no label. You're not doing numbers like that. You alright, but you ain't doing that like that. Like the number 1 album you just had right now, I paid for you to have a number 1 album. You didn't, you know what I'm saying, honestly earn a number 1 album over the weekend, my boy. I paid for that shit. I never said that to him. I never told him that, cause we just got the plug on that. Like, you never earned a number 1 album. I spent $50 extra grand buying motherfucking streams, $50,000 buying streams for you to be weak.
Ken, how do you feel hearing Young Thug admitting that he paid for Gunna to have streams to beat The Weeknd so he can have the number 1 album?
I'm totally fine. I just want them to tell the public that. Like, my thing with all this is funny, and I grew up in the culture. On records, when you come to niggas, you're going to do everything to prove that you're really that, right? But then when you go in the courtroom, you're doing everything to them to prove that you're really not. But when you come to black people, when you come to urban culture, it's all about stripes. It's all about being a real nigga, right? But when you get jammed up, I'm not a real nigga. You know what I mean? So that's inauthentic. Be that shit. You know what I'm saying? Go to Rome, go to Caesar and be like, yeah, I sold dope. Yeah, I did all that shit. You know why? Because that's what you would do to me. You would be like, yeah, nigga, we did all that. You'll fight for your reputation. But when you go to these people, you are trying to tell them, man, I be at church reading my Bible. I don't do none of that. All those is lies. This is all entertainment. I don't respect that. Because how you go, when you go to poor people, you will stand on that rep to the poor. But when you go to Rome, when it's time for you to face Caesar, now you not that, right? And then tell the public too, we buy streams. So people, because when you go in barbershops, bro, you will hear the poor literally arguing over who has the most money in rap, who's doing what in rap, because they don't know. So if it's this, tell the public that. These young people in the hood and the poor areas can find different heroes. Don't wait to get in this situation now. Oh, it's all smoke and mirrors, because you got people out here believing this shit, really believing this shit, and setting their life based up on these lies.
For sure. Nora, your views been going up. You buying streams?
I mean, whatever it takes, bro. Whatever it takes. Like Young Thug did it. I just read about him. I don't even know anything about what's going on. But Ken made some good points, and to everyone in the chat, what does this relate to life? The rap culture represents, unfortunately, a part of the culture in this country. And also, things that happen in rap is very similar to things that happen in politics. People are making deals, people are faking deals, people are faking it. So it's all connected, whether you guys realize it or not. And unfortunately, a lot of rap music was pushed out by the CIA. That's what they're not going to tell you. So for those of you that want to understand how it's all connected, it's all connected. So that's all I had to say on that. I really don't know anything about Young Thug, and I don't want to disrespect him by commenting and pretending like I know.
Heaven, should the new party buy streams?
No. Why? If you look, if you're not that interesting, then say that. Or be more interesting. I don't know. But I don't think you should buy streams. It's fake.
Slim, you the resident rapper. I have to ask you, because there's a lot of rappers who do pump fake. Do you feel like this is a formula? Do you feel like this changed the game? Because you in the rap.
Yeah, man, it's a good question, but I don't respect it, not at all, man. I love everything organically, but I do understand it. You know what I mean? I don't respect it, but I understand it. So if you have the bread to pump into the machine, do it. That's what the platforms are for. But again, you know, being fake, you know, it's going to be called out eventually. It's going, you know, anything that's not authentic will be called out. So you take the risk. You know what I mean? If you this is where we are now. Now it's like everybody like, wow, you know, Gunna didn't really have, you know, so that's the risk you take. So now your reputation is at jeopardy.
For sure.
Let me say this too real quick. I'm not also feeling the street conversation entering into the square world, right? There was a separation before of like shit that go on in the streets. You had to be part of the streets to understand it or whatever. Now you got regular people talking about who's a rat, you know, and I definitely think this energy frequency, it keeps the poor, because if you're a working class person, this don't even need to be on your plate talking about, you know what I'm saying? It's hella low vibrational. You ain't on this shit. Street shit is street shit. You don't live by that. You don't conduct yourself in that way. But now the underworld has found its way into regular mainstream, and it should not be there.
That's because a lot of those rappers are fake. Like, let's be honest. They fake what they do. They fake their life. They were propped up by some record label to come out. They're not really street. So that's why it intertwined, Ken, because of people in the rap industry faking it. I mean, that's the reality.
I'll land here too. I do think that especially Black Americans, we do a terrible job at keeping quiet the underworld. Like that used to be you know, a cousin that lived like that. You know, an uncle that lived like that. This conversation has really become the culture. This part, not STEM, not astronaut, not paleontology, not nothing. It's this, the streets. Now, because when you think of Black America, science and engineering, that don't come to mind. The streets, sports, drugs, entertainment. That is at the top of the thing. Prior, when you look in Harlem Renaissance, when you look at prior to that, it was about intellectualism, James Baldwin, Malcolm X. It was about a different kind of thing. Now it's about street shit and hoe shit. That's the main thing that is the top of the discussion.
I want to play the actual interrogation video so y'all can decide, you know, if he was snitching or not, so y'all can actually hear it. Oh, that's the wrong one. My bad.
Just let me all day.
That's just what I do. Miss Williams, can you read it right?
Can you read it for me?
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've been, like you said, you've been arrested before, so you know pretty much what this is. And this is, we're gonna advise you to do it. I think that's what they call it. And basically, is, as I read them to you, if you don't understand something, let us know so we can explain it, okay? And everywhere I got a line right here, I want you to just initial it saying that you understood what I was saying, okay? And then at the end, we'll go through this and you'll find. So basically what this is you and I met before, like Detective Racy said. I'm Special Agent Cunningham with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, ATF, okay? And before we begin talking to you, because you are in custody, okay, they brought you here and arrested you for the warrant that you had out on you, we have to get this squared away. So your first right is that you have the right to remain silent.
Lives in ATL.
Okay? You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, initially. And when I say if you understand it, initially, if you don't, let us know and we'll explain it to you.
Well, I don't want to sign.
You don't have to sign anything. Do you understand it?
Do you understand it? Okay, if you understand it, could you initial it for me? That's what I'm asking. I mean, now don't. How can I put this?
Well, look, as long as you've
been with me all day.
I have, but this is real. Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. Okay, and you know how when you, let's just say you're doing a show.
Okay, so no more playing.
We ain't playing. You doing a show. When it's time for me to pay your money, you like, okay, I'm gonna be serious. We signing contracts. We doing all that kind of stuff. You understand?
Yes.
So this is kind of like the same thing. Okay. We're serious now, and in order to cover everybody in this room, we have to have this paper here. Okay. So your first right is you have the right to remain silent, and that's it.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Hip hop lives in ATL.
Do you want to initial it?
I don't want to initial.
That's fine. If you don't want to initial it, that's fine. As long as you understand it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I'm sure.
We'll just go line by line, and
okay.
you just say if you understand it or
Okay.
not. You don't have to put
Okay.
pen to paper for nothing if you don't want to.
Anything you say can be used against you in court.
Yes.
You understand? Okay. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before we ask you any questions and to have a lawyer with you during questioning. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you if you wish before any questioning begins. Okay? If you decide to answer any questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, would you do me a favor? only if you can. Could you read me this first sentence right here?
Hip hop lives in ATL.
Of my rights in court, it has been read to me. I understood these rights. At this time, I am willing to answer questions without a lawyer present. No present made to me. No question before. That's if
you are willing to talk to us, that's kind of what that's saying. Like, we haven't threatened you, we haven't hit you with a club, we haven't made any promises, but do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk to us right now about, and like I said, I'm not trying to influence you one way or another. It's your choice if you want to talk to us or not. But do you just want to talk to us right now in this room without having to have like an attorney present? That's basically what that's saying. You don't have to sign that form if you don't want to, man.
Lives in ATL.
Yeah, right. But do you, that's 100% fine.
I'm not saying anything against you.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
Talk and whatever we need to talk about, but she know I talk to you about it now, but I don't.
You don't have to sign that. You don't, okay, you don't, but do you do you understand that though?
Yeah.
Okay, if you understand it?
Yes.
Okay.
So what you're saying is you will talk to us without your attorney present?
All day.
I mean, what?
Just let me all day.
Well, now, that's just what I did. Mr. Williams, can you read it right?
Can you read it for me?
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've been, like you said, you've been arrested before, so you know pretty much what this is. And this is, we're gonna advise you of your rights. That's what we call it. Okay? And basically, what you do is, as I read them to you, if you don't understand something, let us know so we can explain it, okay? And everywhere I got a line right here, I want you to just initial it saying that you understood what I was saying, okay? And then at the end, we'll go through this and you'll sign. So basically what this is you and I met before, like Detective Racy said. I'm Special Agent Cunningham with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, ATF, okay? And before we begin talking to you, because you are in custody, okay, they brought you here and arrested you for the warrant that you had out on you, we have to get this squared away. So your first right is that you have the right to remain silent.
Lives in ATL.
Okay? You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, initially. Remember I said if you understand it, initially. If you don't, let us know and we'll explain it to you. Okay?
Well, I don't want to sign.
You don't have to sign anything. Do you understand it?
Do you understand it? Okay.
Hip Hop lives in ATL.
Over my lifespan, before it has been read to me, I understood these rights. At this time, I am willing to answer questions without a lawyer present. Made to me, no question before.
That's if you are willing to talk to us, that's kind of what that's saying. Like, we haven't threatened you, we haven't hit you with a club, we haven't made any promises, but do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk to us right now about, and like I said, I'm not trying to influence you one way or another. It's your choice if you want to talk to us or not. But do you just want to talk to us right now in this room without having to have like an attorney present? That's basically what that's saying. But you under.
So Young Thug agreed to talk without his attorney present. He signed it. Is he a snitch? We'll just go around everywhere and say, what's the code? And if he a snitch, and then it'll play what the street rappers are saying. Ken, is he a snitch?
Man, niggas gonna neg, man. Niggas are gonna neg.
Slim, you muted.
If he signed that paperwork, what's said out his mouth is what matters. We don't know what he said, just like the YSL Woody scenario. What he say is what matters. What you sign is one thing. What you say is another. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Heaven, is he a snitch from that video?
No, he signed the paper. I don't know what, like Slim said, I don't know what was said. But also, shout out to the chat. And yeah, where are the Epstein files? Chat.
Nora's Young Thug a snitch?
I mean, I don't know. I couldn't follow along. I'm sorry.
Well, let me play what the streets are saying. This will be easy for you to keep up with.
I don't know why y'all think that DNA or blood is what qualify you as family. My family is those that got my best interests at heart and love me for me. I don't give a damn about that auntie, brother, sister, cousin ass shit. Look what y'all did to my cousin Marlo. Y'all didn't give a fuck about him. So what the hell make you think I'ma think you care about me? And I've been waiting on one of these clout chasing ass niggas to bite the bait and come over here to prove they self. I'ma leave you and your driver right in the middle of the street. And then I'ma go straight down now to that same place Detective Jeffrey Williams was at and brag about how I smoked your stupid ass in self-defense. Think it's a game. Think it's an internet game and I'm a Gucci man, one of y'all fuck niggas. But the difference is, I pay for the funeral and beg the family to have a candlelight over here. And that's what type of nigga.
So Rollo was also accused of being a snitch, and Young Thug them went against him, and then so now he talking about that he'll take Young Thug life and everything like that. So I mean that's basically what's going on with them. Slim sent me this video with Woody, so I'm gonna let y'all respond to both because Woody actually testified against Young Thug and he had a motorcycle accident, and Slim actually the person that told me this. But some people thought that he actually got deleted.
Don't move him! Don't move him! No, not Lil Woody! No!
So that's the video that went viral, but then like Slim sent me the actual video of him on the actual motorcycle.
Don't move!
So Slim, you've been following this closely. What was people saying about Woody and, you know, about him testifying and everything? So what do you basically think of this whole case, essentially, with Woody and Thug snitching and all the snitching in Atlanta?
It's getting crazy right now, but like I said, you know, what's been said is what matters. I like Woody because of the way he took the stand and what everybody expected him to do. He did totally the opposite. So I respect how he got on. And again, he signed paperwork. But there's another video that went viral of Woody talking to the police in an interrogation room. He was saying a whole lot more in that interrogation room than he did on the stand. So, you know, it's probably still some tension regarding the Woody side. But for the Thug side, I don't know, man. And again, this is back to the cycle. Like we keeping everything in the cycle. The black on black crime that is all in the cycle. So I'm not surprised. I'm more disappointed than anything because at a time like this, we still in that same situation. It's like it ain't trying to change. And those are the brothers that can really change it, to be G with you. It's guys like that could flip the cycle.
Before everybody else responds, let's play what Woody said about Young Thug snitching.
Love you. Nothing gonna stop me from loving you, but what you do from this moment forward. You knew not to come on this internet. You knew not to let a nigga like Pee Wee Roscoe get on the internet and do what he did. You let Pee Wee do that. You let Pee Wee do that. And Pee Wee got you in all this stuff. Pee Wee got on the internet calling people rats. Pee Wee got on the internet saying all he said. Now guess what? He made people mad. People went to dig up the videos. Now people don't dig up the videos. You are what you are, buddy. You are official on the Woody and Charleston White team. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm okay with being a snitch. Because I know what I did. I know what I've been through. But, nigga, you is a snitch too, nigga. And I ain't happy about it. I'm mad about it. Because I've been knowing this the whole fucking time. And I didn't even say nothing. I sat right here and still let the blame be on me. Because of the love I had for you. But when y'all niggas come out of jail and y'all brought that stupid stuff out of here, I left that stupid stuff in jail. Y'all brought that stupid stuff out here. Yeah, I'm mad about it. I knew it. I knew it. I told all y'all, hey, bro, I did this for y'all because I care about y'all. I didn't have to do that for y'all. You feel me? I looked y'all in y'all eyes. Y'all need to get out here and disappointed everybody. Because y'all niggas just fought for y'all life and y'all had the world cheering for y'all. Y'all had the world cheering for y'all. Y'all had the world saying, free y'all. Everybody guilty, even me. Everybody guilty, even me. Everybody guilty. And y'all niggas come out of jail after God gave y'all another chance. I ain't do it. The lawyers ain't do it. Prosecutors ain't did it. The judge ain't did it. God did it. God bless y'all with a wonderful judge. They went by the books. They went by the books. There's nowhere in the world y'all supposed to be in front of that judge. No way. But God said, I'm going to give y'all another chance. And I might be failing. But one thing I know about God, God know my intentions. He know I ain't on here to cause problem.
Ken, Woody got famous from snitching. Is snitching a new trend?
One of the most famous snitches in the world has a podcast, Sammy the Bull. Right? People name themselves Nino Brown. Nino snitched in New Jack City, right? Ain't Judy like snitching been going on? What I want to say too though is I was just thinking about the target demographic for this, and I was like, who's the target demographic for this? And it's urban males, and most women don't know this shit is going on. So most women are grinding, going to school, doing shit, but the target demographic for this is males. So this is the shit that's in young urban males' mind, right? While the women are grinding, going to school, they got other shit in their mind. But look at this, look at the diet for the young urban male. This shit right here all day, going through academics, going to the barbershop. Who snitching? Who snitching? Who real, right? And then when the man that's consuming this shit and the woman that knows nothing about this shit get together, there's a fucking disconnect. And it ain't about coffee dates or none of that shit. The target demographics for this stuff right here, bandwidth is fucked off, bro. This is the language of the poor. Straight up.
That's a good question. Heaven, is this, a distraction? Like all this gangster snitching stuff. I mean, is a snitch code even real?
I'm sorry, I was super distracted by the chat. They are hilarious. But back to street code and loyalty and stuff like that. That's how I see it. I mean, you don't snitch. Period. What was that? What snitches get what? Stitches? Wasn't that a thing before? I don't know. Maybe I'm too old for that.
Nora, Christian, nationalist, MAGA Republican.
I'm not a Republican.
Are you happy to see the thugs starting to snitch? Now they starting to go.
I'm happy. Thank you, Gray, and 85. You had a hand in this. Thank you for proving why President Trump wants to send the National Guard to these communities. What the hell am I watching? Seriously, who are these people? I don't know. I couldn't even understand them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to give it to the chat. They are saying some off the wall things, but they aren't wrong, bro. They are not wrong. I just looked at the list of where he wants to send the National Guard to: Chicago, Baltimore. I heard Miami. Jesus Christ. I don't know. This, to me, if this is the best of our community, this is sad. I'm sorry. And yes, there is a disconnect, Ken, because I didn't know. I couldn't follow. I just couldn't follow.
Well, here's Woody after the accident.
God gonna protect those that do the work of the Lord. No matter what goes on, pray, ask for forgiveness. God will come through and protect you at all costs, even in the time of pain.
Well, was his response to you, Nora. But this was a great show. We actually made record numbers, guys. I think we got 40,000 views. Slim, I'll go to you first, because you're a rapper and all this stuff happening in the rap community, and you're a big Trump supporter. What's your final thoughts?
Yeah, man. 85 Slim on all platforms. 85 Slim if you got whatever platform, Spotify, YouTube. But yo, all y'all TDS Trump haters out there, man, I'm gonna pray for y'all. I know y'all wishing for my boy to take a back seat, but unfortunately, I believe this is another situation that he gonna just walk right through. But again, man, what's going on in our country, we really need to stay focused. We really need to analyze what's around us, be aware of our surroundings. Stop judging people, man. That's the best I could say. Really stop judging people and start giving more chances. You know, you never know who's here to help. You know, there's a lot of people that's here to destroy, but there's a lot of people that's also here to help. So stop judging people. So I'll leave it at that.
For sure. Ken, what's your final thoughts?
Man, my final thoughts is like right now, the have and have nots is going to be based on who got the ability to stay focused and who doesn't. Who has the ability to hyper focus and who doesn't. This is too much media and too much information, and this shit is going to just cloud your own bandwidth from worried about Donald Trump to worried about if another person is snitching, like, and just scrolling. Like, when would you get to yourself? Like, when would you have a thought to yourself like, yo, this is what I need to do? The mind is just full of hella shit. So my closing statement would be like, really seed into yourself and be very selective on what you're consuming, right? Because if you know about who is snitching on who in hip hop, you off your square.
For sure. Heaven, what's your final thoughts?
I say whether it is the rap game or whether it's politics, be authentically you and own who you are, regardless. But also try to leave the world a better place than you found it.
Great statement. Nora, what's your final thoughts?
Hi guys, this was great. Please come check out my platform, Nora Christine Live. We cover reality TV and true crime if you want a break from politics, because sometimes you got to turn your head off. It's a lot. But shout out to Ken. He brought up some really good points tonight. Let me say this. I do think you need to stay focused. I think this snitching, this hip hop culture is a distraction, but I do think we should definitely keep your eyes on politics in the sense of, so you know what's going on, keep your eyes on the news, but everything else I do think is a distraction. I think they want you not to be focused on certain things so they can just feed you whatever bullshit and get you involved in stuff to get you caught up and ruin your life. But nevertheless, we will be back here tomorrow night. Tuesday night, we will be covering the PPD debates. He was surrounded, one capitalist versus 20, I think, communists or non-capitalists. And we will also be talking about the latest news regarding Gaza now being considered a genocide.
For sure. Great show, guys. Happy Labor Day to everyone. I saw a bunch of posts telling MAGA they shouldn't celebrate Labor Day. I thought that was funny. We do this every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Like Nora said, come back and check out us tomorrow. Thank you to the cast. Thank you to everybody in the chat. We broke a record tonight, and thank you for everybody that came on, especially the cast on the holiday. So like we always say on the new party, always vote. Have a